Hi folks, and welcome to Kringle Bowling Club's Skyedome Superleague Grand Final. It's been the culmination of 9 weeks. In final, we've gone through 3 sections and whittled our way down now to where the cream has certainly risen to the top. Our main match for first prize of $5,000 is between the Hornets and hooded Lyfe. And we have also matches being played for 3rd and 4th, which is Rosebud versus Rat Pack. Okay, action aplenty, folks. We'll be starting off with the singles, and then in the second session, we'll be covering the triples, just to mix it up a little bit. Remembering, first prize, $5,000. Second prize, $3,500. Okay, third prize, $1,500, and fourth prize, $500. Let's get ready to rumble.
Welcome everyone to Kringle Skyedome. My name is Peter Susovich, and that was Phil Crowder. It's great to have everyone here tonight for as we just get some levels right. But as you can see, they're up on the rink now, and they're playing for that trophy right there on screen. And that's the Super League trophy, and we've got a great competition tonight. It's the Hornets versus hooded Lyfe. And on the green tonight, we have Adrian Marcholi against, as we go there, the singles is Dylan Fisher. So we'll get some details up on the screen now, as we just cut across and have a look where they're at the moment. Markers step into place. Great crowd here tonight. Again, any comments, folks, take us through onto the Halftime Heroes Facebook page. We'll get some comments up there floating around, and more than happy to answer those. Phil will be joining shortly. He's just sorting out some administration material. Big numbers coming in tonight, which is great as well. So again, folks, any comments, please put them down on our Facebook page. We're looking really forward to a great night tonight. Singles, then the triples. I can tell you for the Hornets, the triples will be Alish Barnes, Adrian Marcholi, and Caleb Shaw. And for hooded Lyfe, the triples will be Peter Studd, Scotty Biles, and Dylan Fisher. So some action packed there. We'll also keep you up on details from the other rink, and that's Rosebud versus the Rat Pack, and we'll give you some names there. Got some details popping up of players tonight, and also pretty important to mention the players that have assisted during the round robins and the semis. As Phil rings the bell, Dylan jumping off first. I watched Dylan Fisher in warm-ups, and geez, he was on fire. So it'll be interesting to see what he goes on tonight with. Jesus, quieting down now too. Interesting. Bit of music there to jump us in. So, courtesy of Magic. And that's also part of the Ace Radio Network. Phil, how you been?
Good, thanks, Pete. Exciting to the culmination of 9 weeks to finally get to the absolute grand final, which is fantastic. The good news is pretty well had over half of the teams already recommit for next year, and 2 other teams have registered their interest.
Well, that's bad
as well.
That is bad news in some fronts.
Is it?
Yes. Because I've got to tell my wife somehow 4 nights a week. Potentially 4 nights.
Well, it may well be, and if that's the case, and then of course there will be even increased prize money as well. So make it even bigger and better next season. All right, Pete, so the culmination is, and it doesn't really surprise us, that Hooded Lyfe, who I think from the outset were probably one of the favourites. Certainly the bookies were very short odds on them making the final, no question about that.
The Darwin bookie stopped betting on Wednesday, so yeah, he placed it all to Hooded Lyfe. See Dylan picking up 1 there.
Now, of course, in the first end, as through the whole series, first end doesn't matter what score you get, the maximum you can score is 1 shot. Just for any new viewers, and so it's like a roll-up, but with consequence, as I like to say. So that certainly is the case.
A roll-up with insurance.
Well, yes. I mean, it doesn't hurt you too much. We did last season have 2 ends, but we always listen to feedback, as we will again this year. And the feedback was, let's just make it 1 end, not 2 ends. So that's the way we're going at the moment.
I was just mentioning to the viewers, there's a great ball there from Adrian, but watching Dylan in his warm-ups, and he was on song pretty quick off the mark.
Well, he was. I was standing there with stepdad Toddy Simmons, and he was saying, that's the way, Dylan, I hope you bowl like that all night. And it was interesting having a chat to Dylan. I was sort of saying, oh, well, you know, you guys are favourite for next week. And he said, look, anything can happen in bowls. We've got to be on our game. There are certainly some Division 1 players in that Bandura side, which are the Hornets. And one of those, of course, is the man who's bowling against him here, Pete. And he bowled very well. In fact,
yes,
he basically gave Frankie Krislovic his first loss in the singles last week, and was one of those determining factors why they, Hornets, are actually playing off for first and second rather than third and fourth.
Yes, played a big part of it last week.
Yeah, no, he bowled extremely well. Very tight tussle. Adrian Marchioli. And the bulk of the players from the Hornets, as I said, from the Bandura Club, which is a Division 1 side. Dylan Fisher was, of course, at Clayton, but moved to Moonee Valley, where they were very successful with a whole bunch of other younger people and pushing their way up into Premier as well. So these two are quality bowlers. Of course, Dylan being a state representative, before having a slight hiatus going through the police academy, and now returning and doing extremely well. He played in the test series here between Victoria and Tasmania, and continues to bowl extremely well, being the action of the latest VBL as well. So he's really back in form, and you can see that by that beautiful delivery.
And with that, we'll keep you up to date as well with scores on rinks 5 and 6.
5 and 6, which is the playoff for third and fourth, which is between Frankie Krislovic's team from Rye, and also Rosebud, so called Rosebud, and against Rat Pack, who have also recommitted for next season. Next season will be their 4th year that they've entered a team. Oh, gee, good effort.
Nearly fell back on it.
should be interesting to have a look. I think you'll find it's probably still one to Dylan. No, he's handing the mat away. He gets shot. So one shot there. So one shot all now. Hornets and Hood and Lyfe. And of course, as Dylan said, anybody in a final, anything can happen. And how often teams go through, even in the football, Pete, where they win every match until they get to the grand final, and then things can change.
Don't tell me, Phil. We saw Kringle Football Club, I suppose, we'll call them co-users down here. They've got a couple of events coming up, haven't they?
Well, we basically sponsor them and they sponsor us, so they're co-sponsors, yes.
Yeah, they went out in straight sets over the weekend, so yeah, they won't be happy campers, and Mornington are on the verge of doing exactly the same.
Oh,
so
really?
It's all happening.
Yeah, it's all about momentum, Pete, you know, and in bowls it's, you know, as I often say, you've got to ride that crest of momentum for as long as you can, because no surer than what, it will absolutely change. So you've got to ride it. Very good bowl there by Dylan.
Hey, Ches and Mike Watts, thanks for tuning in. Big numbers are already jumping up on the screen, which is great. And yeah, again, thanks for your support throughout the tournament. We'll keep on going with bowls during the weeknights. Phil's got some not tournaments, but some, we'll call them tournaments coming up.
We'll probably reintroduce our 2-4-2 night, which will be extremely well, but we are looking at other tournaments. I really want to get a few ladies tournaments going on here at Kringle, thinking about an arms tournament as well. So there are some different things on the planning board. So we really want to lift it up another notch. Geez, bowling well. Yeah. And only that, the thing you have to realise there, Pete, is what he's done is he's changed hands. One forehand, one backhand, and he's coming beautifully. In saying that, he's now opened up the jack a little bit, and I'm sure that Adrian will change hands into the backhand. He can afford to come on and do a little run at it. See how he goes now. He's definitely gone for weight. He needs to come in off. Now he's got a back bowl. Will it stay on? No, it's gone into the ditch. Okay.
And who's our marker for tonight?
That is Jamie Allenson, who is actually one of our board members.
Fantastic.
You notice they're all wearing the umpires' markers or whatever short. So all the officials do have those on tonight. Now there he goes. Gee, look at that, Mr. Consistency.
Wow.
I'd suggest you'll probably look for the draw this time. Probably take the weight off a little bit. Yeah, he's just asked 3 down, and the answer is yes. Okay, so you see if still sticking to his backhand. There you go. More delicate. Drop the weight. Now he's looking to wrestle into it. It's coming. It looks as though it's cutting under. No, it's holding. Oh, it's his weight. Gee, his grass was good, Pete. He's pulled up a good metre short.
That's it. And Dylan's got one to...
Oh, look, he could load this up for 4. This could be very telling.
Could be the quadrilla here.
Well, it's one of the hardest shots, Pete, doing a weighted shot, then drawing. Oh, he's lost that opportunity. He'll be a little bit upset about that, but still, 3 is excellent. So 3 for 4, 4-1 is the score. Remembering in singles, it's first to 21 or the bell at an hour and a half.
Hello to the flight with Michael Boucher on it, flying over Saudi Arabia on his way to Istanbul.
Hi, Mike.
Great to have you on board, Mike, and listening.
Oh, he's saying that's at 11,502 metres above Saudi Arabia. And he'll be with Adrian Cross, also from the Kringle Bowling Club. Actually, there's quite a few people who've turned up to watch and enjoyed a meal.
And if you're in the area, folks, I would highly recommend coming down. Ordered the lasagna tonight. It was fantastic. $12 a head.
Over on rink 3, the Hornets won the first end. They're one shot to 0 up at this stage. Over on rink 4, Rat Packer 1-3 down in the singles and 1-0 up in the fours at this stage. So Adrian's put him a little bit under the pump as we go back to our watched match, and just cutting. Yeah, very good try. Second shot, still holding shots, Adrian. Now I can say that Ali Forsyth is here tonight, Peter, and all things being equal, he's agreed to come in at some stage and guest compare. So Ali Forsyth, of course, the New Zealand international, with his partner Kelly, actually playing up at the World Championships up on the Gold Coast.
Member of Team New Zealand?
He has been a member. He didn't make the team this year, which was surprising, to be honest, because his last international stint for New Zealand, he certainly appeared to be perhaps one of the best player on the New Zealand side. But a very nice gentleman. He came down and practiced earlier and we had a good chat, so he's happy to do that. Oh, another good bowl, good positional bowl.
Jeez, Adrian's positioned well there.
Yeah. I also saw Adrian playing for a team leading as well. So very well-known bowler, been leading for so many years. So that's covering him behind, that's 2. Now depending on what Alan does, it may determine whether Dylan might have a... Oh, no, he's had his 4 bowls. Yes, he's had his bowl, so we'll forget that, obviously.
He's followed up very well.
Oh, if he just... Oh, great bowl. That's at least... It'll be 2. Dylan hands the mat over. So that'll bring it Dylan 4, and Adrian now will be 3. So this will be a ding-dong battle. I bet your life. At this stage, they've only really been drawing. Adrian's had a little bit of a run at 1, but both of these people are capable, both these bowlers are capable of some upshots. So it'll be a very entertaining match. Out on rink 4 in the singles, looks as though Frankie's moved out to a 5-1 lead over Graham Spencer. So an interesting. So Graham Spencer is playing Frankie Krislovic from the Rosebud Bowling Club. So I would suggest neither of those 2 people would like to lose, so it'll be a ding-dong battle there for sure. There goes Dylan, just pulling in underneath. Ball drops backwards, in, closer to the jack. Oh. And we also have the Kringle drag racing here at, as a side.
Sounded like the Kringle milk truck there for a moment.
Jeepers creepers. Oh, it's coming. It's coming. Oh, lovely bowl. Gee, this is a good match, Peter.
Just their precision is unbelievable. It's like drops of water coming out of the tap. It just keeps on landing in the same posse.
Now, of course, with the singles, they do have to place the jack in on the 1 dot, which is the green dot, which is exactly where you see the jack at this stage. Very good bowl by Dylan. But they can move the mat. Now, there's a yellow dot at the tee, green dot halfway up, and a red dot out the front. They can move the mat to either of those 3 dots, but the jack must start on the green dot. As far as all the other disciplines, the 4s that's being played now, and the pairs and the triples. In the second session, the mat and the jack must stay on the same dot. Toucher as well moves the jack. Important, you always change the head. This may change Dylan to using a bit of weight. Remembering that is now a toucher. And see if he comes into it. I don't think he liked it too much.
Narrow, isn't it?
It is, but he may get a rub. He just needs to change it up. Oh, opens it up a little bit. So I'd suggest probably just the one. Having a look out of our office here, Pete, I can see that it is just the one.
I'm going to say 2.
Are you? No.
Pop that.
Well, I won't get out there and use my fingers. I've got into trouble using that as a measuring device.
As Adrian jumps off the mat.
Well, that's definitely pushed it in for 2. But now Dylan has something to sit on the wing. All right, he doesn't want to be too heavy with it. Just wants to sit it and stay. And if he does that, it will be shot. Oh, he's gone weight. But if it gets the outside, oh, he has his. Well, I didn't see that coming. He's peeled 2 out to actually get shot. Well, a smidge of luck. He has got it. A smidge of luck, I'd suggest. But someone once told me if you're up with weight, well, then you deserve it. And certainly it was there. Just got the right wick to be able to push out both of the bowls though.
Wow.
The answer is he has shot, so it was the correct decision.
I was just testing you, Phil, that's all.
Oh, what a lovely, and sits in behind. So the object at this stage for Adrian is just to get something close, fatten the target.
It's a hold.
Oh, what a great bowl, and a toucher.
2.
Call is up or down. A measure is the answer. How good's that, Pete?
How do you measure that?
Well, they're both probably touching.
Phil, I haven't seen this, so...
Oh, wow. That's amazing. Now, Adrian, he needs to come onto his. If he comes onto his and rolls it a smidge, he doesn't want to go into with too much weight. Let's see how this one's tracking. A little bit wider. Oh, it won't do any harm sitting behind, I can tell you that. Rolls back. Big drive going on next door.
Mark Dalton's asking the questions if we'll get over to Rat Pack and Rosebud.
Unfortunately, not.
If
they finish early, we'll
here, but
give it a crack.
It's not looking that way at the moment, is it?
No, but I think it is fair to say that we will be, as best as we can, give you the scores. Obviously, the grand final deserves to be watched.
And shots like this, unbelievable. Great crowd in attendance tonight. And again, if you're in the area, dinner is still on at the moment.
He's got to be careful. Oh. Well, he's certainly taken one out of the equation. Dylan asks again, has it been changed? Three pieces of paper. So Dylan asks, what's the difference between shot bowl which is Adrian's apparently, and he said 1 sheet of paper. And Dylan said, so what? Mine's 2 sheets of paper. And Jamie, the marker, said 3 pieces. Well, here he goes. Will it change?
He's just short.
He's just short. Well, I think it's... Okay, the question is, will he bowl it? Now, they can't go down and view the head.
And what can he do?
Well, I think if he actually comes onto his own, he would push Dylan's out further and he could actually end up with 3. So it's worth the bowl fee because he's got the one just behind. So if he's slightly heavy, it won't matter. Okay.
It's coming in too.
Jippers, here he comes. Oh wow! Oh wow!
What's that? Take one.
Oh, they're going to look now, but they both have to see whether it is or it isn't. And Dylan just pushes into it to give an example of what it might have been like. Okay, so that's another shot to Adrian. Okay, I can tell you, Pete, on ring 3, as far as the fours are concerned, Hornets are up 2-1. Over in the battle with Frankie and Spence, Frankie's winning 7-3, but 2 apiece as far as the fours are concerned between Rat Pack and Risebud, the battle for 3rd and 4th. Now Dylan, wow, 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 and in behind. Well, I don't think we could have asked for a better singles match, Pete.
Thus far, Phil, some of the best quality we've seen all tournament.
Oh, without a doubt. And we've had some pretty good matches. Oh, will it pushes it in for shot beater. What a great bowl. So he had the options there. Certainly he could have come under onto the jack, could have gone around it onto Dylan's bowl, but he's pushed his own bowl in. So when you have the options, that's the side to come. How will Dylan respond? I mean, at this stage, at least in behind. Now it's actually probably about an inch in front of jack. So now that Dylan has got that there, he'll probably can afford to come on with a little bit more weight to try and push the jack back a little bit. Interesting to see what Adrian does now.
A touch more weight there.
Well, in behind is the perfect bowl. Oh, very, very good bowl. Very good bowl. Probably just the one. I think Dylan's bowl out on the side, probably a second shot. So, Dylan, so Dylan asked how wide, he's asked how far the bowl is off the jack. And the reason to do that is he knows how much weight he has to come onto the shot bowl to determine how far he wants to move the jack. That's what he's about. Oh, very close, very close. Well, another bowl behind, but still, Adrian hangs on. Adrian does need to get another one in behind now. Or he's leaving himself open. He's certainly given it grass, and here it comes. In behind would be perfect. Jeez. Oh, 2 now. Well, I don't think Dylan will be shy. We'll just have a look and see how he's lining up.
Nice little target there.
Here we go. Oh, and he's wide. Oh, he didn't want to hit his own out, but that's 2. Wasn't too far away. So that's 2 now, a further 2 to the Hornets. Now brings Adrian into the lead, 6-5. High quality match.
Again, thanks to our sponsors. That's Crowd and Community Real Estate, Max Australia, Momentum Gaming, the resting toucher down there at the Pena Highway, Brighton, and of course ProAb Electrical for all your electrical needs.
And we have 2 of our sponsors here tonight. We have Andy Alexandru here. He'll be presenting a prize. We also have Anthony Baldwin, ProAd. He's doing a double job out there at the minute. He's actually marking the match between Frankie and Spence. And we are hoping to get the young Crowder brothers, Ben and Will, down. Still plenty of time, though they are extremely busy at the moment. We're going to try and make it here a bit later.
Coming up to happy season in the real estate market, Phil.
Is it?
Yeah, spring.
Yes.
That's when everyone buys their houses, apparently.
Well, that's when the gardens are at their best, Pete, so it's perceived to be that. But then, of course, having been real estate, I can also tell you then there's more competition as well. And there's plenty of yapping out there next door in the force, Pete. But when it's a battle for $5,000, you can expect it. All right. Dylan's done 2 lovely bowls here. Adrian will just got to take about a metre off, I'd suggest. Needs to make the change.
The Darwin bookies just sent me a text. He's taken a couple of quells up there at Darwin. He's just getting a bit seasick at the moment.
Yes.
With the current position of the Hornets.
Oh, just slows. No, gee, still through with the other. That's 3 bowls. I mean, the grass is perfect, but exactly the same weight. This could be quite a telling end, especially if Dylan will try and either cover those bowls. Well, that's definitely 3 with 1 bowl to come. So yeah, he's asked how far through, and as I mentioned, probably about a metre, so he needs to take it off. You can bet your bottom dollar if it's sitting anywhere there, it would be well worth Dylan's effort to try and move that bowl should it get there. Oh, it needs to get up, 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 up. Oh, it could be shot. Has a look at it. A measure. Still a measure, he says. Looking good at this stage. Needs to get past. If he moves the jack, oh, he got there. Great bowl by Dylan. If he moved it a smidge, could have helped as well.
Could be a second as well.
So we'll take it out.
Oh,
so
2.
No, I think it's between the front 2 here. That's not in the count, Pete. So they've just moved it aside.
Sure, Phil. I'm getting asked by some viewers, can we zoom in on the head? Well, there's a cameraman strike at the moment.
So I'll have to look at the scoreboard to see what the call was, whether it was 1 or 2. Okay, it must have been 2 because
Hooded Lyfe are now
7 to
Yes,
Hornets 6.
2 shots it was.
So it must have been 2 shots.
Yeah, so who we got there? Vincent, Vincent, yeah, we're sorry, we have just automated cameras at the moment. Tim Cole, g'day, how you watching from Cowler? Go Hooded Lyfe. And, it is a great match. Dylan comes in now, just trying to get around. He's egging it on. Very nice. And again, we've got a clock on tonight, so 8 o'clock is your time limit, or first to 21, whatever comes first. But the way they're hitting at the moment with tied scores. Adrian just a bit down. Jump that in for a second. Very handy. Adrian will have to react here. I can tell you scores in the fours. Hooded Lyfe have taken a 3-2 lead. In the singles on rink 4, Rat Pack are currently trailing with Risebud leading 7-6, that's Frankie, 7-6 over Graham Spence, and Risebud are leading 5-2 in the fours, 5-2. Geez, that's coming in nicely as well. Wow. Well, he's got 3. Adrian really has to react now. He's got bowls on either side. What appears going on the backhand? He has to find a gap there. Or is he looking to push on? Maybe looking to push on. No. He's going to fall short. So going to be 3 shots there. Nice end there for Dylan. In, might travel through and drag, pushes to advantage. I'd say Dylan's got shot there at the moment. As we muck around a bit on the mixer there, Dylan's coming in on the backhand. Trophy there in the background, 4th Superleague, been a great event. Pretty sure it's gone over 8 to 9 weeks. And it's going to fall short and cut underneath. Definitely 2, potentially 3. Nice, nice. Oh, it's just missed. So Adrian has an option out the back there now. Potentially 2. Be interesting to see what Dylan does here. Suspecting he might be going around the back. No. Jeez. Well, that's definitely 3, potentially 4 there. Coming around nicely. Just misses. Will it go out? It may go out. It has gone out. Geez, advantage there to Adrian. Wow, that's a big comeback there. Potentially 3.
I think it's 1 with one on the wing, Pete.
He was down for potentially 4 shots there, Phil.
No, he had to. There was a wall there. I was just outside watching it and talking to everyone outside, and I was talking to Ali Forsyth. Since he's got here, he's lost his voice, Pete, so he can't come and commentate. So the score 10-8, Peter.
So he picked up 2 there.
So 10 to Dylan. Yeah, he needs to start well coming back towards the clubhouse, because Dylan seems to have worked out this line beautifully.
Holding there, it's short. Nice line.
It is a shot. It is shot, Pete, from what I can see out through the side door here. So about a bit over a foot in front of Jack. Oh, lovely reply.
Seesaw.
Now Adrian holds shot. And thankfully the rain has stopped, the wind has stopped, Pete. You can tell that by the flags on either side of the rink. Oh, he's looking for it.
Little clip.
Ooh, pushes it through, but now he's got a catcher. See which way Adrian goes now. Still going forehand. Oh, gee. And a toucher. Well, he won't be too happy with that. If Dylan comes onto the boulder, Jack will spit out on the wing. So it certainly gives him something to look for now. It's holding. Oh, it's going to be a good, just the outside. So reduces it just to 1. Don't know whether Adrian would consider actually changing hands and coming the other side. Plenty of people are now arriving and watching.
Nice
The crowd is definitely building. I mean, if they've been watching the standard of this bowling at home on the live stream, it's no wonder they're turning up. It's an absolute exhibition. He didn't seem to like that as soon as he delivered it.
Maybe a bit long.
I think he was worried maybe the weight, but gee, sort of punished himself, but in all due respect, it was probably second shot.
Good bad shot.
Okay. Oh, it's looking narrow, but he may push his bowl in. No, that'll be 2 to Adrian, I think.
Now, Jeff was looking for the scores on the 3rd and 4th. I can tell you that Risebud are leading 7-6 in the singles and are leading same amount, I think, in the 4s. Phil might give us an update very shortly. Actually, I can tell you they're leading 6.
I think it might only be the one, Peter.
6-2 in the 4s. Risebud are leading over Rat Pack.
Okay, it was just the one shot, Peter. Sorry to cut back in. So
Yep.
just 10-9 in favour of Dylan, who at Lyfe. Sorry, Peter, had you mentioned the scores on the other ring?
Yes.
Okay.
People asking there. We'll keep them up today.
Well, I think what's worthwhile mentioning is Spence for Rat Pack against Frankie has turned it around. He's now 9-8 up, whereas he was probably
down a
about
couple.
7 shots down. So that's a big turnaround there. Risebud, however, are up in the 4s, 6-2.
Just update the scoreboard for everyone now. So Hornets currently 9 to Hooded Life 10 in the singles here.
Oh, jeepers. Well, I don't care where anybody is watching this match from, anywhere around the world. This is quality bowling here. Peppering the head.
Michael Boucher just watching from 11,000 metres above Istanbul. So,
Well, we'll do our usual look around and see where people are viewing from, Pete, at some stage.
another tour. Again, great to see, and
Numbers
also,
are pretty good.
Numbers are fantastic. We'll also get people have asked for a Vimeo link, so we'll push Vimeo and a YouTube link. So we'll push that out to the fans as well.
Yeah. So the Vimeo link is just up, folks.
So that great logo that Phil popped up. Fantastic, Phil. Good to advertise, isn't it? Gets everyone up and about.
Yeah. Okay, looks as though Dylan is going for a decent little search, or had just missed. So Adrian asks, here's one shot up.
G'day Lynn, watching up there from Tweed. Let's have your line.
Michael Boucher asking who the marker is. It's Jamie Allenson, Michael. And we have Anthony Baldwin out on rink 4 doing the other match. Dylan searches. Oh no, wait a minute. So Dylan's gone for a search, but he's fortunately didn't take the jack clean. So unfortunately, this may be a decent number. And this is what I mean. Oh,
as they said,
I think that's 4 shots, Peter. Wow. And as Dylan said, anything can happen in a game of bowls. Just check the score.
As they said, as the robot said in Lost in Space, danger, danger.
Yes, well, it now means that Adrian is up 13 to 10.
It's a big end for Adrian there.
Well, the good thing for Hooded Lyfe is they're up 5-2 as far as the fours are concerned. It's now 9-all over in the singles with Frankie and Spence. And Risebud have moved further ahead in the fours, 6-2. Just going through. Adrian still holding shot.
Haven't seen much of Adrian on the backhand.
Oh, geez. What a ding-dong battle this is.
But there ain't much difference, is there?
Oh. Dylan now going with the forehand. He has got the bowl behind. Can afford to search for the jack a little. Just arriving.
He wouldn't be a happy
Willing
camper.
it to turn in. Oh, but he's hit Adrian's bowl in. He's just hit the bowl a couple of times now. Things just, luck sort of just escaping him in the last couple of ends.
He would not be a happy camper at the moment.
No.
Especially down 4 on the previous end.
But you can see he's cool as a cucumber. If he had hit the jack clean, he had the bowls out the back. Unfortunately, he just he winged the jack onto the opposition bowl, which then spat out, and Adrian had the bowl sitting in behind.
It's handy to the tee there as well.
Stevie Dare just walks past, a member at the Frankston Bowling Club and also Stratford Bowling Club down in Gippsland. Acted as one of our emergencies. It's a couple of times now that Dylan's been forced to go for a little bit of weight and has missed. Oh.
Scotty Biles is just
Plenty of getting up and about next door. Scotty Biles has done just sat the jack and trailed it. It's the best crowd we've had all season, I have to say, Pete. Plenty of people inside and outside under the gas heaters, or the electric heaters, sorry. Okay, let's see what Dylan can do here. Oh, he needs to hold and flick. Oh, and he's done that. Probably still one down minimum. Will have to be an interesting measure. I'd say it's probably one. Don't know if two. So he'll take the one out. score. Just the one shot, so now 10-14. Remember, first to 21, or the bell after an hour and a half. We're at 7:21, so we're still 38 minutes to go in the first session. Frankie Krislovic moves one shot clear of Graham Spencer, 10-9 in the singles. Risebud up 8-2 in their fours. Hooded Lyfe next door in rink 3 are up 5-2 in their fours.
Slow down, slow down.
Got young Caleb there bowling, he's skipping. Well, he likes it, he reckons. Oh, he took one ball out.
Distance.
Wanted the jack clean over there. Anyway, back to this match.
It's a great response, that'll give him a shot there. Update from the next rinks, Phil.
Sorry, Pete?
Some scores on the next rinks.
Yes, no change. Frankie up 10-9 in the singles. Risebud up 8-2 in the fours against Rat Pack in the battle for third and fourth. Rink 3 in the fours, Hooded Lyfe 5, Hornets 2. And of course in this match, Hooded Lyfe 10, Hornets 14.
Mark Dalton saying Adrian is giving Dylan a reality check.
Oh, don't know.
I think it's neck and neck at the moment, so
Yeah.
bit of a seesaw.
Well, I think Dylan certainly seemed to be in control more in the earlier stages of this match, but I think what he's doing now, it has sort of, I think it's turned. The tide's turned, and I made mention of riding a crest of a wave for as long as you can.
That looks real wide out there.
No, it should turn. I mean, he's crossed the head a couple of times, so Dylan's given it more air. But it's again, it was really just based on the weight. So they come down. It's definitely one. And I think that may be it, but they'll measure for 2. Might be 2. That was sort of the indication of the measure. And Adrian now moves 16-10. Okay, Dylan needs to arrest this. Adrian has certainly in the last probably 4 ends started to take control. Needs to get close here, but he's given Dylan a bit of a chance, and saying that, he wouldn't say that that's a bad bowl. Probably sitting about 3 feet, 3.5 feet through. Dylan now needs to make this one stick. And that he has done.
He's back.
He's back. Okay. Adrian can still stay in the same hand. He does have the bowl behind, so he can look at just sitting the bowl or moving the jack slightly. Now it looks a bit narrow coming in under the head. He's got 2 catches there now. Dylan maintains the forehand. Oh, and sits one in beautifully, moves it in behind. Very good bowl. Of course, Dylan starting his bowls as a youngster at the Mount Eliza Bowling Club under the tutorage of his now late grandfather, before moving on to bigger and better things with his the Simmons family, of course, at Clayton, his stepfather, being very successful with many years at Clayton. Now playing at Moonee Valley, holding 2. Bit of a throw of the bowling cloth in his hand. Possibly 2, maybe just the 2 is the call. Don't quite know how Adrian's going to play this. Probably still stick the forehand. Look at either pushing his bowl in. No, he's changed to the backhand. Interesting. Very interesting.
Of course, a big hello to our friends at Mornington Peninsula News Group for taking our coverage tonight as well.
I tell you what. And he has drawn it cold. What do I know, Pete?
That's a great shot.
Drawn it cold.
He's going to have to go. He's not going with weight, is he?
No, well, he's got the catches. It depends what he can do. Is it holding or ducking? Oh, it's ducking.
Underneath.
Well, that is another one to Adrian. Moves to 17-10.
And that's 7 shots.
Well, that's all it takes in bowls. You know, each in, just 1 bowl, Pete.
7 shots is a big amount, especially in the grand final.
Wow. Things keep going this way. It'll be 1 match each, and it'll come down, of course, to shot differential, and then ends. If all 3 of those components are dead set equal, then we have a 1-end shoot-off where every player is involved with only 1 bowl, Pete. Wow, that'd be a great end to a season, would it not?
Just heard the Darwin bookie has rerouted the Queen Mary to come into Darwin. He's loaded up on the cash.
Wow. Okay, Dylan's back. Yeah, you just can't afford to leave it open like that, not for a moment, with Dylan Fisher, because he will drive a bus through it.
Well, he keeps responding, Phil, with that.
Oh, wow. Dylan asks Jamie Allenson, the marker up or down. Up is the call. Dylan's watching this intensely. Oh, great bowl. Should be holding 2 now. See how Adrian responds to this.
Well, Dylan needs to get some numbers on the board and get them on there quick.
Well, you can claw it back. I mean, in singles, how often, you know, one person needs Oh, I think he snuck that in. Call is now who's got it. He sneaks around. Wow, last ball was shot, folks. Okay, Dylan gets on the mat. Second last bowl now. May look. Well, he's gone with a little bit of weight, but he's gone narrow. We had a bit of a practice with the teams when they first arrive, and once they swoop, they are swooping tonight. No question or doubt about that. You've just got to get your line perfect. Last bowl by Adrian.
Looked away then, I'm not sure if he liked it.
Well, I think he knows that it may have been short, but if he crosses the head a smidge, no, not even protecting. All right. Okay. So shot bowl is the white bowl in front. Dylan's trying to either just roll his in. Oh, gee, I don't know if it's going to hold again. No, no, it is. Has he just touched it? Oh, no. Oh, dropped his other bowl in. But I think it might be another one to Adrian. Dylan comes, has a look. Yep, pushes the bowl away. So another one to Adrian. 18. Now moves to only being three shots away for a win. Did not expect this. I expected a close match. Gee, it's not as though Dylan's bowled badly in any shape, form or way. Pete, oops. Way, shape, way, or form. I keep saying that wrong, Pete.
It was just that one infield that caught him off guard.
Not out of his reach. And he's pulled up short. Dylan needs to nail this now. Put some pressure on Adrian.
Well, we've got 25 minutes left on the clock.
Okay, that's better. He would have liked it a little bit closer.
That's what we want.
Adrian's still going to come the forehand. It is possible either coming... He's got options around, onto or under. Depends on his weight. Needs to crash into that a little bit. Going through. Look out the window. No, I'd suggest he's still down to Dylan's bowl out front. Adrian's asking if he's one down. The answer is yes. I think it's the better way to call it. I know when I umpire, it's better to use the distance between two fingers to give an idea. People's idea of distance with foot centimetres or whatever I've seen quite different. I was hoping to push that. It's on the running track, but not firm enough.
Need some numbers here now.
We're battling for the difference between $5,000 or $3,500. Again, we thank our sponsors, gold sponsor, Momentum Gaming, silver sponsor, Crowder Community Real Estate for all your real estate needs on the Mornington Peninsula. And then we have our bronze, being Resting Toucher, Andy Alexandru, ProAb for all your power needs as far as commercial and industrial are concerned. And MacMax, of course, who make the fine canopies over bowling greens, car parks, etc. Ollies come in the back as well. That would be shot, I would suggest.
It's definitely shot.
So he now holds. He just seems to be coming up with the answers each and every time, Pete.
Jeez, last ball as well.
Right, Dylan asks shot bowl in relation to the jack. Jamie Allison indicates that it's jack high. Okay, he needs to have the weight.
He doesn't like it.
Oh, he doesn't like it. And that's another one. Moves within 2 shots. One shot.
Well, Phil, we're on track for potentially could finish this end.
Well, let's have a look and see what's happening next door, because Hooded Lyfe will be wanting to make up the balance. So it can happen when we look at the singles. I mean, there's a 9-shot differential here, right, for the Hornets. Let's have a look and see what's happening next door. And Hooded Lyfe are up 8-3. So that's 5
shot
shots.
Differential of 4 still.
So 4 in the favour of the Hornets. Flags are starting to move around a little bit, Pete.
There's not 2 kids on each of them wiggling them around, is it?
No. Okay, I can tell you in the other match, going Swatpack and Risebud in the singles, Frankie Krislovich is up 15-9 now. So he's moved away 6 shots away from Graham Spencer. And Risebud is now 9-3 up in the 4s. Oh, and he sits Dylan's back bowl for 2.
That's match point right there.
Well, that's holding match at this stage. What a game.
Well, that wind has picked up, hasn't it, Phil?
Well, you can see the flags starting to move on either side. Wow. They start to move too much, we might have to pull them down. So it probably means there may be a front starting to come through.
Jeez.
Oh, he's nailed it again. And sat inside him, so again, back to match.
Triple match point.
2 more bowls from Dylan. Has he got the weight? Oh dear. Oh dear.
I think that's going to help there.
No, it's going to come down to Dylan's last bowl.
So Adrian sitting with match at the moment.
By the way, it's been a ding-dong battle, Pete. It's been well worth the watch. Oh, this man just does not give up.
That's 4.
Well, probably 3, so it's all down to this. Geez, a cool customer is Dylan Fisher. It's all on his weight. He needs to move. He needs to not pull up short. He needs to keep... Oh, my God, what a saviour with his last bowl, Pete.
That's pretty good bowling. That's very handy. So Dylan gets the mat back again.
Wow, so he survives. I've seen matches turn around even at this stage, Pete.
So it's still there, picks up one.
Now he needs to really put the pressure on.
It'll take him to 11-19.
I'll tell you what, anyway, it's in behind. Sometimes just getting those last couple of shots.
There's an opening here for Dylan.
Well, you know he won't give up. He's like a dog with a bone. Here he comes again. Yeah, the encouragement from the crowd starts to pick up a little bit for Dylan on Team Dylan. I'm sure his mum is watching from home and his siblings. Willing him on. Oh. Don't think it won't come in under the, no.
That's one still to Dylan.
Definitely one. Question is whether it's two or not.
No,
And
definitely
it's not,
one.
just the one. What a match. Come on, give the air. Needs to move, push. Yep, it's another one. He's got two. I'll tell you what, when you look down, it's a straight line. It's very, very hard. It really literally comes to getting the exact weight and grass to draw it. It's not as though you can really come in and sit on anything. If he runs in with a little bit of weight, he's likely just to kiss the bowls in front and just run through. See how it goes now? Gee, I'll tell you, it's in the park. It's in the park. He just needs to push it through. Second shot. So one shot down. Going to be a bit hard for him to try and... Can't see how Adrian will wrestle that away. Dylan's ass 3 centimetres in front of the jack.
Maybe 30. 10 to 15.
More than 3, I'd suggest. That's what I mean. Sometimes showing the distance between two fingers is definitely better, I feel. It means going and visualising other forms of measurements, aren't you? Dane hasn't got the legs. Wrestles into the pack. I think Adrian's only chance of wrestling this away is probably to go on his backhand, I'd suggest. And you see, it's the problem, folks. They cannot come down to the head. They can ask the questions, but they're not allowed to visit the head.
We've got shades
5 more minutes before the 10-minute bell rings.
We've got shades of the Darwin bookie just casting our eyes over it. $1.10 for Adrian, $1.09 for Dylan at the moment. Well, that'll be one to Dylan.
Vincent, I do rate Adrian. Big time. Big time. He's had a couple of scalps if he wins here. He's also beaten Frankie, who was undefeated, right through the whole round-robin matches and also the semis. So, no, he is a gun. I've also seen him at the VBL.
Damien Barnes tuning in from Berlin. Hi Damien, of course played here last week. Nice little first up from Dylan there. Putted Lyfe leading 8-4 in the fours. If we go over to rinks 4, Frankie leading 17-10 in the singles against Graham Spence. And Risebud leading in the fours, 9-6. A combined lead of 10.
Oh, look at Adrian.
That's going to come in front.
Oh, there it comes. Depends on his weight. No, it just...
Getting towards 3 minutes for the bell.
Oh, no change. No change.
I suspect Dylan holding there at the moment.
Dylan using a little bit of weight to come into the pack. Oh, just slipping in under. Needs to stay on. Unfortunately, in the ditch. Sometimes those swingers, it's good to have the weight where they just stay on. Now, is he just looking to go for the kill in behind or put one behind? Oh, and it makes it a little bit tougher. He's left it open now, so Dylan will probably look now, coming with his forehand, giving it a chance. See if he can make the adjustment. Game. Another running shot. Ooh, is it holding? No, it's ducking again. And slips in underneath. Okay. This now gives Adrian the chance to win the match. If you can draw around the outside and bowls. Following it down now. Is he interested? Oh, it's starting to turn. Starting to turn. Will it get a rub around? Oh, it's got a rub around the outside, which I think it's given him the match, Pete.
Straight up off the back.
What a match, folks. What a match.
And that's a combined score of 10. So that'll take Hornets to 21-11 with a 10-shot advantage as we just cut screens. People standing just in front of some of the equipment there. You can see the score there. There goes the 10-minute bell. We'll just cross over and have a look at the fours. Which sees Hooded Lyfe currently leading. Well, there's some score changes going on here at the moment because yes, Hooded Lyfe are currently leading 8-5 after 10 ends. So we'll just pan around and have a look. As we see the two skips there.
I just spoke to Jamie Allison, who was the marker, and he said it was just amazing to watch, and obviously throwaway line, well worthy of a grand final, but it certainly was, wasn't it, Pete?
A fantastic match. So well done to both, but they'll be coming out for the pairs and the triples after the break.
While we're out and about, though, do you mind just having a check to see where our viewers come from? We'll have a quick check of that. While we do that, we'll certainly look at keeping you up to date as far as the fours is going next door as well.
So first got a good numbers there sitting on YouTube, which is great, and also Vimeo, so thanks for your support there. just head over to Facebook and have a look at who's coming in. Again, thanks to Kevin and Vincent for jumping in. Big numbers coming in with over 2,300 people.
Wow.
Just on Facebook alone, and also the Mornington Peninsula News group, which is taking in now.
Yep, fantastic.
And then other links going over, so we just have a look. Heaps of reactions as well, which is fantastic.
Yep. Wow. And we go down.
If we see the page insights.
While Pete's just getting that up, I'll let you know what's happening next door. Hooded Lyfe are 8-5 up, but I know they've just drawn shot at this stage. Frankie Krislovic is up 18-14 over Graham Spencer in the singles, and Risebud up 11-6 in the fours.
Right, we've got a large number tuning in from Australia, of course, and then we have Canada, United Kingdom, Fiji, Pakistan, New Zealand,
South Africa, United States, Afghanistan, and our friend in Iraq. So probably the armed forces. If we look at probably the cities now, we've got Melbourne, Bendigo, Ballarat, Geelong, Gold Coast, Hayfield is 2. Had a bit of a chat with the Whites down there. There must be somebody else in Hayfield other than the Whites watching as well. We have Mafra as well, 2 people viewing from there. Moama, Pakenham and Traralgon, again the same 2. So some fantastic people viewing, and 70% men, 30% women. And the age demographic, 45 to 52 is the major age demographic there. All right, it's really important here that Hooded Lyfe really try and move away, because at this stage, with the Hornets winning the singles, they won 21 to 12. So, whoa, wow.
Well, we know there's 6
That's
minutes left.
9 shots and only 4 shots, and they've drawn another one. They're holding quite a few now. And they need these. So at this stage, if they're 1 match each, wow, coming into the final.
Adrian holding a 10-shot advantage with his match. Or is it a 9-shot?
Adrian just walks past. So a 9-shot differential in the singles. At this stage, they're 4. Young Caleb's bowling. He needs to get one in there, but he's come in narrow. Oh, he's gone through the traffic, but hasn't helped. They're looking going down a bit of a number here. He's got 1 more bowl to go. Okay. So skipping for Hooded Lyfe is Toddy Simmons. The more he can add, the better it'll be. 5 minutes to go. Oh, it's turned. It's another one in. But something's sitting on the wing now. Ball comes down to young Caleb. It's following it down. Are they interested? Are they interested? No, it's hanging out. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. How many? Holding 4, Pete.
1 shot left each.
And maybe 5. No, Caleb's done his bowl, so what we're finding is that Todd has another bowl. Could be 5 or 6, and they need this. Wow. Needs to come. Oh, he's hanging wide. Needs to sit it. Oh, goes in behind. So they'll do the measure. Definitely 4. Looking for 5 now.
Jeez, that's handy there.
Gee, it's a very handy 4. We're already sort of 3 up. That'll bring it to 7. It makes it a lot closer. 4 minutes to go. Five, a handful. Brings a cheer from the Hooded Lyfe fans. So that's 5. Brings the margin out to 8. So the score differential is at this stage only -1 as far as Hooded Lyfe is concerned. So the Hornets score differential up 1 at this stage.
See there, Frankie is currently 19, Graham Smith's 15.
Bit of a comeback. Risebud still up 11-6 in the 4s. This will be the last end for sure, as far as the 4s is concerned, Peter, with 3 minutes to go.
And what we might do, folks, is take a break and restart the stream back at 8:30 for the second round. Conclusion of this match here on week 3.
All right, so young Ailish Barnes leading for the Hornets. Oh, and gets shot with a very good bowl. She's up against the experience study. Also bowls for Clayton. Oh, actually gets a toucher down there. But still, the Hornets holding 1. Young Ailish back on the mat yet again. Coming next will be Jet Simmons.
Just a reminder, Adrian winning 21-12 in the singles match.
Well, it certainly looks as though it's not being the pushover that some people expected. Jet bowls. He claps his hands, not happy with it. Staying wide and long, going in towards the back. Mightn't be totally wasted there. Certainly allowed him to go for a bit of a run. Wayne Barnes up on the mat now. Cutting the head. Coming on to Studsy's bowl and pushing it in, but still not enough. Still 1 shot to the Hornets. Asking Jet to change hands now to the forehand, to look at coming under and just moving the jack. See how he goes this time.
For 8 o'clock, so we're on the final end here.
Oh, second shot. Oh, he's not. Okay, it's still there. Holding 2 now. Wayne Barnes' bowl crossing the head but hitting the opposition's bowl and sitting. Scotty Biles now bowling. Any movement of the jack backward is certainly to their favour. Ask them to look at it and set the opposition bowls either side of the jack or the jack and move it on. Todd Simmons looking at it a little bit. Is it just crossing the head? Crosses the head and goes under. Right, so move. The call now by Caleb Shaw. is for Nathan Mills, just to move the jack a little bit. He comes in, ooh, and sits in the middle. Plenty to sit on now. He's asked him to sit through it now.
Also narrowing up in the consolation final with Rat Pack 16, Rybud 20. Just flicking over
And
there.
he's gone wide. Wow. Okay, Caleb now asking
Final score
for the
there.
next bowl to cover the tee. As you can see, he's putting his foot back there on the tee. Definitely asking Nathan to get back there if he can.
Just in the background there, you can see Frankie Krasilovic taking the win in the singles. 21-15 over Graham Spence.
Oh, and he's hit and stays, but it might still be in. Well, I can't fathom Todd Simmons will miss the wall of Henselite that now presents him with the jack behind the middle bowl, with all of his bowls behind. But anything can happen in the pressure of the final.
So again, just a reminder, folks, that we'll be stopping the stream at straight after this match, having the break normally about 20-25 minutes, and then restarting a new stream up, which will go throughout.
Todd Simmons bowls now. They're liking it. Is he into it? Is he into it? Oh, he's moved the jack, but it's stuck in behind. Wonder. Don't know how many they're holding.
Just on the screen, feels to be maybe 2.
Yeah, I just don't know about the third, to be honest with you.
Just off to the left there.
Whoop, going in with huge weight here, folks. Huge weight. Oh, he clears it out.
Jeez, we'll keep that for the highlight reel.
Two. Ho, ho, ho.
Here it comes. Don't tell me it's a jack. Oh no.
Has he drawn it? Wow, what a hit.
So a conclusion there, folks.
Wow.
So that'll so that Phil.
Well, worthy finals, let me tell you.
Well, that takes it 15-5 in the fours to 12-21.
Oh, wow. So Hooded Lyfe move up with a one-shot
Advantage.
Shot differential, moving into the final session where there'll be 2 separate matches, pairs and triples. Remembering we are covering the triples, Pete.
No worries. Well, folks, we're going to cut the stream here. We'll be back in 25 minutes with a new stream.
Yep.
And we'll get you going. It's been great having you. Join us in 25 minutes on the new stream, and we'll see you shortly.